guys, Naturally Marked here, and today I just kind of want to talk about where have I been. I know I literally kind of I didn't almost disappear, but I did disappear for a week, but I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in of where have I been and how come I haven't been uploading 3 times a week and only uploading 1 time a week. And the short answer is I've been sick for the last 2 weeks. Like, I've been having a cold and I still have like this thing going on in my nose. And then the week before that, if you guys don't know, I do live in a 5th wheel and it's time for us to move again, and just trying to find a place to stay. And sometimes that can be like really annoying and stressful at times, because you got like a big old freaking 5th wheel and you necessarily can't parking lot hop with this huge 5th wheel, and then it's just a lot. Like, it's really a lot. So I have been gone from YouTube, just trying to figure out like our living situation, our next spot, and also being sick. Like, I had a lot of my videos pre-recorded, but it's like, if your nose is continuously running and you got a fever, it is kind of hard to get on camera because you don't feel your best and you most definitely don't look your best. And then it's like every couple minutes you're sneezing or your nose is running, or you even might sound like even more raspier or just not even have the energy. So it is kind of difficult to get on camera when you're like sick and running a fever like that. I kind of disappeared. I have been still uploading videos for you guys even though I was sick, because I do pre-batch and pre-record all of my videos, if you don't know that, just so that I can get content out for you guys. But being out of town over the summer, I used up a lot of my pre-batch content, and then also just transitioning back into coming back to Seattle, I used up a lot of my pre-batch content, and then getting sick, I just ran out of videos seriously to upload for you guys. So I am really truly trying to get back into uploading more days out of the week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back to 3 days, because when I went to uploading 2 days out of the week, it was a little bit more easier and it didn't feel as like, not necessarily stressful, but like, oh my gosh, I gotta get a video out, it kind of gave me like a little bit of a 3-day break. So let me know down in the comment section if you guys like 2 days a week, and then if I have like extra content that I absolutely need to hurry up and get out, or just I don't want it to get too old for you guys, then you'll probably get a 3-day video. But I'm not sure. But that's where I have been with moving an RV, just to kind of go into that a little bit more. It takes a lot, because sometimes RV locations and RV spots does not come available, and you have to be on a waiting list for a year. Like, the minimum is a year, like almost 2 years, and some places even 5 years. And then when you have certain things, there are certain places that have restrictions on what you can and cannot have. And the place that we normally go back to, which I'm not going to give you guys names until we are actually in a house, and then I can come back on camera and tell you guys and show you guys more videos and stuff about where exactly we lived, how I really felt about the place, all of those things. But yeah, it's just pretty difficult. Like, the process is pretty difficult. It can almost freak you out. And I always set up a reservation a year and a half out, but we just accumulated this new thing that we cannot have in our location that we normally stay in, and they told us that we pretty much could not move there. And we literally moved there in like less than a month at that time, or we moved there in a month. So I always call a month in advance, and I know I'm talking really vague, but maybe later on I could probably explain a little bit more why. But we can't stay there. But, and then you guys are probably gonna get pissed off like once you know why. But it's like, ain't no need to get pissed, because I found the spot. Thank you, Jesus Christ in heaven, because you already know Jesus and God is strapped in my back like a backpack. Like, I'm telling you, yeah, it was just quite annoying, because I check in with them a month in advance to make sure like everything is fine, like our reservation is still safe, telling them if we have new things or if we got more cars or this, that, and the third. Just checking in with them. Like, you have to like just check in and let them know everything up front. And she was just like, oh no, you won't be able to stay this time, blah 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 blah. So basically we needed to find a spot, and I'm telling you, by the grace of God, we found another spot. And I called this place like literally the next day after finding out that we didn't have a place to go for a month. I called this place, and she was just like, wow, it must be God, because we got a spot that just came available for your size RV. Yeah, so you guys are good to go. So pretty much like trying to deal with that, and then also being sick, it was just a lot. It was a lot, because I know that we were homeless before. If you guys didn't know, if you're new to my channel, it's like, yeah, me and my husband chose to be homeless for two years previously, but it was like, it was planned. When you have a big effing fifth wheel and you don't know if an RV park is going to necessarily allow you to stay with them, or it's just like an apartment complex, how you have to meet certain qualifications and stuff like that. And like I said, I tell you guys later why we no longer qualified, and you would probably be irritated at the fact of why we didn't qualify. That was really stressful. So trying to get on camera and still be happy and still be like recording videos, being not stressed out, but it was stressful, like, because it got fixed within a day. So I wasn't stressed out for a long extensive amount of time. It was just annoying, you know. Whatever, rules are rules. And that's why we're working on getting our house, trying to figure out where we want to stay, and if we want to build still, or if we just want to get a house that's already built. Just a little update on those two choices. So we're going on to like another subject. Follow with me. So that's why I disappeared, and then I was sick for 2 weeks, and I'm still kind of sick, but I'm trying to like muster up enough to actually record and edit, and then go to the library and upload the video. With building a house and then just getting a regular house like that's already built. I know we've been in this RV for 3 years, for you guys that have been following along with me and my journey, and even me and my husband being like on our second channel and everything like that. Pretty much what's going on with that is we just don't know where we want to stay. Here in Seattle, we're from Kansas. Me and my husband is from Kansas, and it's just kind of annoying to see what you get for the price here in Seattle, and even on the outskirts of Seattle, so that you guys don't think that we're just looking in Seattle. It's like we're looking on the outskirts of Seattle too, like three hours away, outskirts and stuff. So we're not just looking in one little spot, but just the state of Washington, how much you have to pay for if you just want land, or if you just want to buy a house, a decent house that is not like this to your next door neighbors. Like, we both grew up in Kansas, and I grew up on 5 acres in my parents' house, so it's not like I was ever used to living in an apartment, because we never lived in an apartment when I was born. We never lived in an apartment. We always lived in a house. And then also the space between houses, when we've only moved once. So we was in one house and I was born a kid, and then we just moved once to the 5-acre ranch that my parents are currently on now. We moved when I was in the 3rd grade, so it's not like I grew up in the city like that. Being here and being in the city and seeing what your money gets you here for a house, and then us not wanting to be in like a stupid amount of debt for like no reason, and we know that we can go to Texas and get like a cheaper house or something like that. We really just don't know what we want to do or where we want to be. So we have accomplished our first goal, which is getting a tiny home, which is that's what we're in right now. So now it's just pretty much trying to figure out where we want to be. Like, if we want to stay here and sacrifice either space or sacrifice more money, or else go back kind of close, not to Kansas, but like Texas or something, to get more for your money. So that's where we kind of are right now. Not sure yet, so that's how come we are still pretty much staying in our RV, and we still love it. Like there's not a problem with it. We still love the lifestyle of it. Just this last little hiccup, but I don't feel like we're gonna have any more hiccups for a while. So yeah, that's pretty much, I don't know if you understand that or not, but just a quick update on where have I been, houses, and still living in this RV, and if we plan on moving out of this RV. It's kind of like, no, not yet. Like, this is our first tiny home. Like, when people buy their first home, they normally stay in their first home for like, what, 5 years, 6 years, and we've only been in here for 3 years. So our original goal was to stay in here about 5 to 6 years. So we're still on track. We just need to figure out where we want to go or what we want to do. Yeah, guys, that's where I've been. I am not flaking on you guys. I've just been sick and trying to get my freaking life together. So thank you guys so much for sticking in there with me, and thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And if you have any comments or questions below, a fifth wheel, you guys ask me what a fifth wheel is all the time. It is a RV. That's what a fifth wheel is. It's an RV. It's just a different type of an RV. So, I don't know. If you want to do your research on fifth wheel living, RV living, full-time truck living, because that's what we did when we was homeless. That's how we figured out how to actually live homeless before we moved out of our apartment. It's like, if you guys are more interested in that, because I know this is a hair channel, you guys should just do a little bit more research, because there's more information out there about living homeless in your truck and also being a full-time RVer. So if you guys are like really interested in that lifestyle, or just think that me and my husband are a little bit weird or anything like that, just kind of do your research. It's more common than what you think if you just kind of look outside the box of other ways and other means of living to save money. There's a lot of other good videos out there with good detail about like the whole process and showing you like dumping the tank and this is that and the third. But like I said, I'm not going to show you guys the outside of my RV or anything like that. I really don't go into too much detail for the outside, but just letting you guys know is like, it's a fifth wheel and it's a different lifestyle than living in a house or an apartment, pretty much. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, just leave comments down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.